How's it going, everyone? I'm Sir James coming at you guys with another custom lightsaber review. This time I have the High Corvus Saber from Korbanth.com, and this is a hilt that I've been wanting to get for quite some time. Now, during the initial time that I purchased this, they actually had a really cool promotional deal going on, which unfortunately is already long since over if you were curious, because it was while supplies last, where if you purchased anything from their website during that initial sale period, you get a chance to get a free empty lightsaber hilt with your purchase. And what was cool about it is that you had the choice between either the Darth Vader or the Anakin / Luke Skywalker saber, you know, the one from A New Hope. And what was cool about it, it wasn't just like your regular version of the hilts, it was a gold variation. In fact, the one I ended up choosing was the one for Darth Vader, just to showcase really quick here. But this was really cool with the gold and black, and just pops really well. I wish I can get my hands on the other one, just because I kind of want the other one now, seeing how great it looks. But again, that was during the promotional sale, which is already long since over, so I just thought I'd quickly share. But this one, man oh man, it took quite some time for finally someone to release this, where not only is the main blade NeoPixel, but also the side blades, because every variations that I've seen of this, they had it to where the main blade was NeoPixel, but the side blades were always LED side blades, NeoPixel main blade, and it just looked off, and I was like, it was keeping me from wanting to purchase it. And I was just at one point thinking that I was just going to buy this as an empty, just to have in the back here. But finally, Korbanth came out with theirs, and again, we finally have NeoPixel side blades and main blade. Now this one here, again, is called the High Corvus, which I'll have a link to this in the video description down below. Unfortunately, I have no discounts for you guys to use if you were curious, but it's from Korbanth.com in collaboration with the Shadow Foil Props. So there is that info right there. And go ahead and give you guys a closer look before we go to the accessories. So here is the top portion of the hilt. These things do, of course, fold out, because you will be needing to attach your side blades if you so desire. You don't have to if you don't want to, of course. You do have your blade plug right there, which is one of the accessories. You also have the side connectors, which you have to assemble yourself. And of course, you also have these little blade plugs here. Well, not blade plugs, but it's a little cover for the side blades. This red piece here is going to be your main activation. Of course, you have your CoverTech wheel to attach it to a belt clip. And yes, this does work with the Galaxy's Edge belt clip from Galaxy's Edge. Actually, the way I phrased that, it does work with the belt clips from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There, I don't know why I butchered that so badly. Here is your pommel section. This entire section will unscrew to get access to the chassis, which I'll show that in just a moment. And then on the other side, a replica of the front, but the only difference here is that rather than another red button, you have this little gold button, which is a secondary button. So this is a 2-button setup. Now, as I mentioned, to get access to the chassis, you're just going to unscrew the pommel section. And then the chassis comes out completely like so. So on this side, you have your Profi board located on the top, a removable battery, and a kill switch on the bottom. Speaker, of course, on the bottom as well. On the other side, you do have a crystal chamber. Now, the components up here are not metal. These are plastic, just so that way you are aware. And that's pretty much it. Of course, we're going to go ahead and flip this on.
This is Stellan Geos.
Stellan Geos from the High Republic. And as far as assembling this back together, if you look on the chassis here, you'll notice that on this side there is this groove indentation, while on the other side there is no groove. And all you need to do is to either look to where the CoverTech wheel is, or just look where the crystal chamber is, and basically the crystal chamber will go facing the front where the red button is at. Slide that into place, and when you screw the pommel in, it's going to secure the chassis in place.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
And for some reason, when I reattach mine, it switches to a different saber font for some odd reason.
This is Stellan Geos.
There we go. Sounds much better. So a couple things to indicate really quick is that again, there is a little bit of a sub-assembly required for attaching the little side portions here, which are a little bit of a pain because the threads are so tiny. So just be a little bit patient with it, and eventually you'll get it. In fact, I'm also going to show you guys an easy way to attach the side blades without having to remove all the components. The other weird thing about this hilt, and this is obviously not Korbanth's fault, this is literally the design of this hilt, which if I recall, I remember seeing an image where there's like a special belt clip for this hilt, which I don't think anyone's actually has made as far as I'm aware. But the thing I wanted to point out is the cover tech wheel. As you see, it's right there. Now for most people, and do I have an actual belt clip over here? Unfortunately, I don't have a belt clip over here for some odd reason. I should have thought that through. But anyways, the reason why it's weird. Now, typically you think that, okay, you're just going to clip it onto your belt and it's going to rest like that, right? Just at your side. Unfortunately, the way this is, it goes like this. So when you have it on your side, it's literally sticking out like that. Completely. So it's not sitting at your side like this. It's going to be sticking out like that at your side. A bit of a weird choice. I'm kind of curious how this would have been if you happen to have the rest of the mechanism to go with it. But just kind of be aware of that if you're hoping to clip this onto your side, again, it will be sticking out quite a bit. Just be wary of that. Other than that, as far as accessories go, you do get, for some odd reason, 2 sets of blades. The first set of blade here has no NeoPixel connectors. So as to why that's included, I'm not sure. Maybe just a spare. The second set of blades you do get are your NeoPixel blades, which I have in the baggie for now, with your pin connectors there on the back. And last but not least, we have a baggie with the remainder of the accessories. So you do have a second cover tech wheel here. It's not one that will clip onto your belt, but more for like your display purpose. These clear pieces, I have no idea where they go. I assume they have something to do with the side components where the blades go. And then of course you have your hex tools too. In fact, let me go ahead and bring the one out that I'm going to need anyways. As far as the blades, it's going to be using the 1-inch blade. And so let's go ahead and just kind of just start assembling. Now, like I said, this is strictly out of the box, meaning that I did no customization. This is exactly how you're going to get it when you receive it. The other thing to also mention, which actually might as well show you guys how it looks opened, is that if you end up ordering this hilt and you choose to have it installed with no blade, do keep in mind that all that means is that you won't get the main blade. You will still get your installed NeoPixel side blades, just no main blade with it. Now the easiest thing, go ahead and get these out here as well, is for these side blades, is that rather than unscrew the entire thing, you are going to want to unscrew the protector. Okay, it's not liking all this gold, too much gold shining on it, is that you're just going to want to remove the little cap here. Oop. And be careful because it might unscrew the rest of it. So it might require 2 hands to do this with. Alright, I'll show you exactly what I'm removing just so you guys are aware. So all you want to do is to remove this cap. And it's going to look like that. And then we are going to go ahead and attach our side blade. Let me go ahead and put this here so I don't lose that. Now for this, you will need to kind of bend this a little bit, straightened a little bit. And again, oop, what did I do? There we go. I was accidentally pressing the buttons. So again, is to pull this down and then go ahead and attach your side blade. Now the reason why I do it like this, then take apart the entire side piece, is because screwing in that piece by itself is already like a pain in the butt, and it took me a while to finally get that screw in there. Again, you're just going to go ahead and remove the cap. Bring this in, pull that down, and just get everything in there. Now obviously you're not going to want to over tighten or anything like that. Just make sure it all works. There we go. And deactivates. Alright, next up, let's go ahead and bring the main blade over. Now, as far as the main blade section, there are 2 screws. There's one in the front and one in the back that will hold the blade together. Go ahead and bring our main blade over. And by the way, if you guys are curious, is the lightsaber heavy at all? And the answer is no, it's actually relatively light. I mean, it is called a lightsaber. I know that's a terrible joke, but I went with it anyways because I'm just trying to delay. And I know some of you might be wondering, well, how come I just don't cut the section to where it's already assembled? Is because, well, let's say you guys got it and you're curious, how does it all function? How do you put it together? I want to be able to show you guys that demonstration so you could kind of follow along too. So let's go ahead and make sure everything's all connected properly. Boom, there we go. Let's go ahead and turn off this main light here. Now, when it comes to lightsabers, again, there's all kinds of options from crystal chambers, no crystal chambers, crystal reveal, single-bladed, double-bladed, crossguard designs, and so many other variations. And for me, I wanted to get my very own crossguard saber. Now, the Kylo Ren saber, don't get me wrong, is really cool, but it's a little bit of a thicker hilt, and it's a bit hard to swing and handle when it comes to the fun factor of it. While, again, the cool factor is still there. And I know Vader's Vault had a few options on there, but I was just waiting and waiting, and then when I eventually saw the High Republic sabers reaching the market, I just kept waiting for the opportunity to where I could finally get one with NeoPixel side blades, and again, it was easily well worth the wait for me. So the first the first sound font we have is Stellan Geos, which I don't think we actually have a direct sound for because I believe it's all based on the books anyways. But here it is as we activate. Boom. Just like that. Really cool. Really liking how this looks. So as far as any form of gesture controls, is there any by default? There's not a twist on, so for activating, you're going to have to press the main button. But you do have the twist off gesture already enabled out of the box, just like that. As far as thrusting, nope, no thrust. So again, the only gesture control that I could detect right off the bat is just the deactivation. Let's go ahead and cycle through the different fonts that we have here.
Where is he?
Darth Vader. Boom. Actually, let's do that again. So as you can see, our main blade ignites first, and then we get the side blades that kick in.
It's just Ben these days.
And you could easily wield this as a two-handed weapon, or even as a one-handed weapon. So it's comfortable for either way, whichever your form of combat is. Of course, you have all your functions there. Next up.
I will take what Jedi we have left and go to Geonosis and help Obi-Wan.
Oh, we got Mace Windu. In fact, let me turn off this other light here to further enhance it a little bit more. There we go.
I can bring you in warm near and cold.
I think that one said Raven. This one's got that nice menacing sound to it. So, again, the saber is comfortable to hold. I don't feel any form of sharp edges or anything like that where it's going to scrape and cut me.
I'm Qui-Gon Jinn.
This also looks really cool with the green blade as well.
It is obvious that this contest...
I'm a Jedi.
Now some of you might be wondering, why did I skip Count Dooku? It's because that one's also red.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
But yeah, it's so much better when everything works, you know, because again, I couldn't imagine having this hilt with just the NeoPixel main blade and just LED side blades. That was the one thing that was always killing me about those.
I am Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight.
Darth Vader.
Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me. Lord Vader.
Another Vader.
And the Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things.
Old Ben Kenobi.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Luke. So, of course, you also have music tracks in there, which, again, I don't want to play for too long because copyright. But if you want to activate the music music track, I was just, for some reason, I had "It's a Trap" in my head. Is when the blade is off, hold down the power button and then let go, and then it will play the music track. You could have the music play while the main blade's ignited as well, or you could just, you know, whatever variation, just use it as an MP3 player just as you walk around. Let's see.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Another Obi-Wan. That one is Yoda. That one sounds kind of cool, actually. Now, keep in mind that if you're holding it on the higher point as you swing, you may often click in that blaster. But if you hold it down as you swing, then you won't be accidentally pressing that button. Oop. There you go. It's also got tip drag. Right there.
Ezra Bridger.
At last we will have our revenge.
Don't insult me. The pleasure's all mine.
Traitor!
There we go. We got Kylo Ren in there. Is it wrong that we're using a Kylo Ren font on this crossguard rather than his hilt? A little bit. But honestly, I really like how Kylo Ren's saber sounds. It's just one of my favorites.
Rey Skywalker. I'm the Jedi.
Actually, no, let's go back.
Kill him.
No. I think... Wait. Oh, never mind. I accidentally pressed it.
Persistence in the Force is my ally.
Dang it. I skipped yellow. I'm sorry, guys.
Second sister.
You can never escape me. I'm ready. I let you live.
Star Killer.
Jedi, prepare for death.
There you go. Something different. Got that little electric staff in there. Looks really cool. Ghostbusters. See how this looks in there. Just remember, don't cross the streams.
The Dark Lord Sorrow.
Oh, here we go. This one's a fun one. There we go. So this is a Lord of the Rings font for the Dark Lord Sauron. If you look right here, you see this dark section on the blade? That's meant to represent the eye. The eye is always watching. And of course, I know this particular blade style was done by, what was it, like Fet26, I think it is. He has like a lot of cool prophy saber effects, and I really like this Lord of the Rings one. In fact, let's go ahead and kind of do a little. So that blade lock initiates a little music tone. I don't want to hold it too long. This is pretty cool. We'll go ahead and deactivate. Nice.
Now this is pod racing.
There we go. I still like the pod racing one from the THQ one. I just like the way the effect was. I think that was done good. So obviously, if you go slow, you don't get that nice zoom effect. But if you go quickly, versus never gets old.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids I'm looking for.
This is Stellan Gears.
And back to our default there. So really cool indeed. So again, if you end up getting this, do keep in mind that you do get a ton of saber fonts with you. Now, in order for you to remove the side blades, if you're curious, again, you want to avoid unscrewing the entire side piece. You just want to unscrew the actual NeoPixel blades itself. So the best thing to do is to simply first loosen it, then hold down that, you're going to hold down the actual side piece here, just so that way you have enough clearance to get the blade out. Sometimes you may need to use both hands if the other piece is coming loose. But the main idea is to avoid unscrewing that little side piece, because trying to put that in for your first time is just very difficult. And then of course you're just going to go ahead and take the little connector and simply add it right there on the side. In fact, there we go. In fact, let me show you guys what this looks like if you just activate the main blade and you don't use the side blades. See, like I said, half the time when I do these reviews, I just kind of make it up on the spot. There we go. The side blades are a little bit of a pain, so some people may not like the fact that it's a little bit of a tedious process, but it is what it is. Alright, so really quick, let me go ahead and show you guys how this looks with just a single blade, meaning that we're not using these side blades. So all you're going to need to do is just go ahead and fold those components right back up, and here is how it looks. Just pretty much looks like your normal lightsaber with a little bit of extra flair going on the top here. Go ahead and turn off this main light here. And that's how it looks. Now, you don't have to worry about like super bright like lights coming out of the side blades or anything like that. Especially with these mechanisms folded up, you're not really going to notice the lighting on the sides there. But again, you just use it like any other lightsaber. So you just have the choice if you just want the main blade or side blades activated for your desired effect. We're just going to go cycle through a couple fonts here.
Where is he?
with the red. Again, here's how that looks. Boom.
It's just Ben.
Past the window!
There you go.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Actually, with the white, single white, it looks pretty cool. Just like that. So overall, a very nice lightsaber. You have your options from one blade or with the side blades added, and it's very comfortable, very light, easy to use. Again, it's not very complicated. The only complicated portions of it was just, again, trying to attach these side components because the threading is so small and very thin that it took me probably about 10 minutes to eventually get that threaded. And once it was, I found loopholes to be able to, you know, add the side plates without having to redo all that once again. But overall, very cool hilts. I love it indeed. So thank you, Korbanth, for this awesome release. Like I said, they didn't provide this to me. I purchased this with my own money, of course. But let me know what you guys think about this lightsaber in the comment section down below. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and always remember, may the Force be with you.